Does cold weather make you sick? 10 myths about the cold. Can cold weather give you a cold? Do you lose most of your body heat through your head? Is a cup of hot coffee the best way to warm up? We answer these questions and bust common cold weather myths. Humans are warm-blooded and need to maintain an inner core temperature of about 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, 37 degrees Celsius. We primarily warm ourselves by exercising and eating, and in winter, the challenge is to keep the warmth we create as long as possible, or lose as little of it as we can. The ways we avoid getting cold may surprise you. 10 myths about cold weather. 1. Cold weather causes the common cold. Nope. You catch colds from viruses, not from cold temperatures. But because cold temperatures keep people indoors in close quarters, viruses spread more easily. Cold weather can weaken your immune system, making you an easier target. But in the end, it's viruses, not cold weather, that is making you sick. Here are some other ways to avoid getting colds. 2. Do you lose most of your body heat through your head? No, you don't. Thermophysiologist Gordon Giesbrecht of the University of Manitoba says, where your body loses heat is closely related to surface area, and the head has only about 9% of the body's surface area. As the temperature decreases, the blood vessels in your extremities constrict. Yet only 10% of your body heat is being lost through your head. That said, if you are all bundled up, you lose more body heat through the top of an uncovered head, so perhaps you could say Mom was right after all. 3. What should you do if your fingers or toes are cold? You should rub your fingers and toes when they get chilly, right? Nope. Wiggle them instead. If exposed skin, including that of your face and ears, becomes cold, cover it with a warm hand until it feels better. Dr. Giesbrecht says, never accept numbness. It is a sign that tissue is already very cold and potentially about to freeze. If there's a chance you may have frostbite, don't rub the frostbitten area, especially not with snow. Rubbing will cause tissue damage. Do not try to warm frostbitten skin until you're sure you're free of the danger of it freezing again. Refreezing increases tissue damage and can cause you more pain and suffering. 3. Is a cup of coffee or a sip of brandy a good way to warm up? Nope. Caffeine and alcohol may actually speed up heat loss. According to weather.gov, caffeine can cause your blood vessels to constrict and prevent your hands and feet from warming properly, and alcohol can reduce shivering, which is something your body does to help keep you warm. Instead of caffeine and alcohol, drink warm water or a warm, sweet, non-alcoholic, non-caffeinated beverage, hot chocolate, anyone, to help warm the body. 5. If you fall through ice and into water, you will die of hypothermia right away. It depends. You may have about an hour to survive this kind of cold shock. Understanding what's happening and not panicking are critical to your survival. Remember the 1-10-1 rule: 1 minute, 10 minutes, 1 hour. You have 1 minute to get control of your breathing. A common reaction to severe cold is to panic and start hyperventilating. You have 10 minutes to perform any meaningful movement, during which you can do your best to get out of the water. If you can't get out on your own, you have 1 hour before hypothermia will render you unconscious. So, when you can no longer use your arms and legs effectively, adopt a position in the water that conserves body heat, curl up, keep limbs close, until help arrives. 6. Dehydration is not a danger when you exercise in cold weather. False. You can sweat when you exercise anytime, and in cold weather you also lose more water through your breath than you would at warmer temperatures. Remember playing in the snow as a child and being so thirsty when you came inside? Thank the cold weather for that. So, keep in mind that dehydration is dangerous in the cold. It hinders the body's ability to produce heat. 7. If you're stranded and thirsty, you should eat snow. Bad idea. Eating snow or sucking on ice will lower your body temperature. It can also lead to internal injuries. If you have no water, Try melting ice in a plastic bag between the layers of your clothing, not directly against the skin. Ice melts more quickly than the same volume of snow and yields more water. 8. If I'm cold, you must be cold. Nope. Age, gender, fitness level, acclimatization, these and other factors determine when you feel cold. It's been proven, for example, that women generally feel cold before men do, possibly because they have less heat-generating ability but a relatively similar amount of heat-losing skin. In addition, women's blood vessels contract sooner as a result of cold than men's do, so women's skin feels colder more quickly. So next time your spouse complains about the thermostat, consider the physiological differences at play. 9. Does shivering make you colder or warmer? Why do we shiver? It may not feel good, but shivering means that your body is trying to warm up, and that's good. Shivering happens involuntarily. It's one of the ways, along with an increased metabolism and breathing rate, that your body automatically responds to heat loss that threatens to lower your core temperature. In fact, skeletal muscle contractions, shivering, can triple your body's heat production. 10. Does cold always feel the same? Actually, it doesn't. Ever noticed how 10 degrees, or any cool temperature, feels colder in the fall than it does in the spring? This is because our bodies are used to dealing with much colder temperatures and react more quickly, so we lose heat more slowly and don't feel as cold. People who live in cold climates are typically used to this cold weather, so maybe they don't feel it as much. Find out what happened on some extra chilly days in Canada.